put it into vertex form. And remember, vertex form says a times x minus h squared plus k. So that's kind of what I want it to look like. None of ours will have an a because, well, it will. It'll just be 1 because we're only doing 1 square, 1x squared. We're not doing anything with anything in front of the x. That's okay. But we're just going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to show you what we need to do again. So the first 2 things I'm going to do, the only thing I'm looking at right now are just the first 2 terms. So in order to do complete the square, I'm going to look at the first 2 terms. So I'm going to rewrite it with parentheses. So let's rewrite with parentheses. So that's the first thing we're going to do is rewrite it with parentheses. So I'm going to rewrite it so it looks like x squared minus 8x plus some number. So that looks like just what we got done doing, right? And then minus 19. Okay? So now we're going to look at my middle term. Determine, let's see how I want to put this. Find C, right? Then we're going to find C. So how do I find C? I'm going to look at my middle, oops, undo. Thought there was there we go, undo. We're going to find C by using my middle term. So what I just got done doing, so I'm going to come over here. C equals -8 divided by 2, and then I'm going to square it. So I'm going to do exactly what I just got done doing, what we spent most of the little part of the morning doing. So I've got -8 divided by 2 is -4. And then I'm going to square that, which is 16. So 16 goes on this line. And remember, whatever I add, I have to subtract. So I'm going to also minus 16 there. And then I'm going to say write as a perfect, P-E-R, perfect square, as a perfect square. So I'm going to write it as a perfect square, just like what we got doing just recently. So this becomes x minus 4 squared. Where does that minus 4 come from? Well, the minus 4 comes from here, right? It comes from there, minus 4. Okay? And then, I don't know what that is. Let's see. 19, 16, -35. And that's it. That's in vertex form. Okay, we're going to do it a couple times. So really the only thing new that we've done right now is I subtracted what I added in there and did this little piece here. This is the new piece that we've added right now. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Do I need to pause while you guys finish taking those notes, or can I go ahead and move on? Kentlin, you got it?
Just like 30 seconds.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing again. Same steps, same everything. So I'm going to rewrite it first, and I'm going to rewrite it with parentheses, right? So this becomes x squared minus 18x plus some number plus 54. okay? Now I'm going to take this negative 18 and find out what C is, just like what we've been doing. So I'm just going to come over here to the side. I'm going to say C equals negative 18 divided by 2 squared. So negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. And negative 9 squared equals 81. So if I add 81 there, I have to subtract 81 from my number on the outside of the parenthesis. And I want to rewrite what's inside my parenthesis is a perfect square. So that becomes x and then whatever's inside my parenthesis, whatever I squared here. So that's minus 9 squared. Whew. Okay. Negative 27. Yeah, that should be right. Are we okay, Catlin? Can I go on? Okay. Okay, same thing, you guys. Guess what? We're doing the same thing over and over. Oops. And over again. So we're just keeping doing the same thing. So I'm going to look at, what am I looking at? Oh, I'm going to rewrite it first. Sorry. So I'm going to Let's get the right pen. So I'm going to rewrite it as x squared plus 8x plus some number that I need to find, right? And then minus 20. So I'm going to look at this 8 right here to find my end number. So C is going to equal 8 divided by 2 squared. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 squared is 16. And then I'm going to subtract 16. I'm going to rewrite my parentheses using whatever I'm squaring. So I've got x plus 4 squared minus 36. Ooh. Okay, do you feel like you could do one on your own now, or do I need to do one more? Question? Anybody?
Do one more.
One more? Okay. Do you see how all the little steps we've been doing up until now kind of work together this way, though? Right? It just kind of builds up to it, right? Okay. So we're going to do, this has the same numbers. We'll save the, okay, here we go. Not quite the same numbers, but I'm going to rewrite it in parentheses, right? So I'm going to rewrite it as p squared minus 8p plus some number, and then minus 9. I'm going to take this number, negative 8, And I get C equals -8 divided by 2 squared equals -4 squared, which is still positive 16. So I'm going to rewrite it with whatever I squared over here. So I've got x minus 4 squared minus 25. Okay, so now we're going to have you try 5 and 6. Okay, so remember I'm going to I'm going to rewrite them, right? So I've got n squared minus 2n plus some number minus 33. Okay, so that number I'm going to look at, I'm going to use the negative, I'm going to look at the -2, and I get C equals -2 divided by 2 squared, which is -1 squared, or 1. So I'm going to put 1 there. If I'm going to add 1, I'm going to subtract 1. So then this becomes n minus 1 squared. And then -33 minus 1 is -34. Okay? Oh, and it looks like both you guys forgot it's -1. So if I'm squaring a -1, right, it's whatever I'm squaring here, and this is a -1, so it's got to be -1, n minus 1, not n plus 1. But nice job, you two, for that was really good. Okay, and then the next one, same thing. I'm going to make a n squared plus 14n plus some number plus 48, right? So that number has to do with this number. I'm going to find that out. So C is going to equal 14 divided by 2 squared. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 squared is 49. So I'm going to add 49. If I add 49, I have to subtract 49. And then I rewrite this as n. And then whatever I squared, n plus 7 squared. And then I think this one is -1. So I think what happened with both of you guys, you just added or subtracted this number, not this number. I think you added or subtracted the 1. Well, on this one, on the first problem, it was just 1 anyways. And I think that you guys added 1 instead of subtracted 1. And on this one, I think you added 7 or subtracted 7. Well, I think one of you added 7 and one of you subtracted 7. So it's 49. Okay, does that help a little bit? So how are we doing on time? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to have you guys, because it's doing the same thing in Delta Math as it is here, except they'll give you answers. So I want you guys to go ahead and finish your Delta Math. And then if you need help with the Delta Math, make sure you ask me, because I'm here to help you with it, right? So I am here to help you.